Hello everybody and welcome back to Imperator, where apparently this has popped up immediately. Our High Priest, Shelby's Hanid, claims our future is bleak unless we appease Baal Haman, as he has had terrible visions about things to come. He set aside a cadre of male animals for sacrifice as is custom, and is asking us for the funds for a massive ceremony. Though we have nothing more than his word to go by, it is unquestionably a good idea to try to appease the god in one way or another. Okay. 15 political influence for 200 gold almost. That's a lot. I mean, omen power is okay. Global monthly food modifier, we're not really in a food crunch right now. 15 political influence, so the same amount of political influence for far less gold. Or he'll lose 20 loyalty. We'll take the political influence for gold. Excellent. Now, there's a couple of things that I'd like to do here. First off, this guy's disloyal. He's the governor of Italia. Let's try to do something about that. We'll try to make friends with him for now. And we'll see if we want to do anything else. We need to win this war, but first I want to address missions here. Now, it was pointed out to me, and looking at this, it's not particularly obvious, but it was pointed out that this mostly only determines what political power or what political party is in control, right? Now, that is down here that I think that really comes in. With the plutocratic rule, we could become a plutocratic republic, a strengthened republic, or an oligarchic republic. We're already through Agent of the 104, so I think we're just going to go down the oligarchic rule tree, largely because the oligarchy already has a significant control in the Senate. So we're going to go down this side here. Yes, these will be disabled. That is completely fine. So we'll do that. Our stability decreases, obviously, but it will come back up. That's okay. And then Carthaginian peace, which I think we can just straight up do. Indeed, we can. So that gives us 3 free province improvements. And we'll go ahead and complete that. So next up, we probably want to work on the Iberian struggle. We'll go ahead and start this mission. And we've already bypassed this one. This would get us some claims. Get a claim on all provinces in that location, which we do not currently own, or they'll gain 25 opinion of us. Now, these don't bypass each other, it would appear. We need to own that province, which we don't. And this would not get us a claim. Okay. Interesting. Very, very interesting indeed. There's a lot of things here, and let's see here. If we look at this, we can see that this does hover over here. Interesting. That's definitely something we should go for, I think. And then this is all of this up here. That we go for after. Yes. Okay, so we'll get started on Iberian riches. Now, we have free idea slots, and apparently that's because we changed our government type, I think? So we have a civic slot and 2 oratory slots. So, standardized construction, build cost and build time reductions aren't awful. National commerce income. We are making a decent amount through commerce. And national slave output. Now, that only, I believe, affects the slave taxes, which is not a particularly efficient thing. So I think we'll probably prefer the national commerce income over the national slave output. Yeah, definitely. And then the question is, do we want to do the construction? I think I would rather have the commerce income. Okay, so the oratory ideas. What do we have available here? Monthly corruption reduction. Okay. Well, that's nice. Loyalty of generals and admirals again. Yeah, that's always a good thing. And improve opinion maximum. Okay. We'll take the loyalty, and we'll also take the corruption reduction. Okay, sounds good. We have some starving pops up here. That's because this is ongoing. That should not be the case later on. Low naval maintenance. Yes. Yes, that is fine. We will proceed here and finish up the siege. Glorious. Did we stack wipe these guys? I think we may have. I mean, we're sieging that back. So we could give this guy a lot of money, and we'll give him a tiger. Sure. That comes from our personal wealth, not from the realm wealth. So I don't actually care that much about our personal wealth. Wonderful. A few bribes and thugs. Okay, yeah, that's 5 tyranny. We do already have no tyranny, so I guess we'll take that. Yeah, the Senate doesn't like that. But our tyranny will come down. That's fine. Now, one thing I do want to do is I want to take a look at the actual Senate here. Now, we are ourselves a member of the Democrat Party. However, we may want to switch over to Oligarch. Monthly Oligarch's approval plus 0.15, in addition to this nonsense down here. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and do this right now. I think this is now worthwhile. That's interesting. Why did oligarchs lose seats when we did that? I did not expect that to happen. Okay, well, that's a thing. That is certainly a thing. So, their agenda here, they want holdings granted to heads of families, which isn't something I'm particularly interested in doing. We'll spend political influence on this guy, I suppose. Wonderful. Now, his loyalty is continuing to come down a little bit, but we became friends with him, so hopefully that'll bring it up a little bit. Yeah, that brings it up by 15. There we go. Now he's loyal again. Excellent. Okay, let's wrap up this war. Just gotta finish the siege. I mean, we could order an assault here. At the same time, is there really that much of a point? I suppose we can do it. Okay, so we're assaulting it, and it's our ally that is helping us, and we have won the siege. Fantastic. That only puts us at 72% war score. Ah, because this hasn't already been auto-captured. That'll be auto-capped in a moment. Bam. 100% war score. That's what we're looking for. So, we want to take all this. This will give us 6 aggressive expansion. I'm okay with that. Wonderful. After subduing the last of the spirited tribes, the island of Sardinia has finally been fully tamed and our presence established beyond question. From there, the next logical step in our expansion and colonization of the Mediterranean islands is naturally Corsica, Sardinia's smaller brother and a former Carthaginian colony. Since the island passed from influence, it has been ruled by Greeks and Etruscans, but we're poised to rightfully bring Corsica under Tanit's banner once more. The Etruscans are a wily and intelligent people who have aided us against the Greeks in the past. They may be willing to compromise on ownership of the island for the right price. So we can get a claim on everything up there. We can offer to buy it for 236.25 gold. Interesting. Or we could try to make them an ally. What's the tax levels over here? Extremely low. That said, this is all settlements except for this location here. This is not well developed. Okay. Fascinating. I think we'll try to do a bargain. If they refuse, then we will fight them. Okay, so 5 popularity, we're already... That's actually going to overcap our popularity, and the culture happiness is not necessarily a great thing. Losing the aggressive expansion isn't bad. That's, what, around 3 months worth of aggressive expansion loss. We would lose a little bit of popularity here, or... I think we'll just take the aggressive expansion reduction, and we'll do that here as well. That does boost our support in the Senate a little bit, but we do need to work on our tyranny. Our tyranny absolutely needs to come down a little bit. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to try to buy this, because I knew that the Senate would not quite be ready to support us in a declaration of war yet. Okay, so we've received a response from Etruria concerning our generous offer to buy their Corsican colonies. The Etruscan convoy, or rather envoy, informed us that the Etruscan leader, Elbio Voltureno, has regretfully been compelled to decline our offer, with the greatest respect, in order to safeguard Etruscan interests, and he hopes Carthaginian and Etruscan colonists may coexist peacefully for the foreseeable future. Either way, we're going to lose some popularity here, but we are going to get the claims. Yes, that does give us aggressive expansion, but that will come down. And we should definitely make sure that we put down our levies. We'll disband all. And homeward they go. Excellent. Okay, so now the question is, what do we need population-wise here to be able to colonize? 8 pops? We have 7. Okay. I'd like to move pops into here. Apparently we can't. They must have nerfed that. I remember being able to do that and just really quickly colonize the entire area. Fair enough that they nerfed that. Fair enough. There must be a threshold to this. What's our pop growth over here like anyway? We're really, really long ways away over here. Okay. 0.16%. Yeah. That's going to be a while. And we move these from. So we have to be able to select it here, but we can't move the pops. Fair enough. Just wondering what we need to be able to do that. There's no tooltip for it. Perhaps because it's not an integrated culture? That might have something to do with it. There's outgoing migration. Okay. Move pop here. Yeah, that doesn't work either. Fair enough. Okay, well, we'll go after Etruria here in a little bit. I do want to work up our manpower a little bit, and more importantly, our Senate support. For eons, we've sent donations to the great temple of Melkart in Tyrus as an honor to our ancestors and the god. Our augur, Metalobarca, claims that some of our recent issues might stem from our lack of faith. He's raised an issue that will surely not be forgotten by the rest of the court anytime soon. As is tradition, maybe it is time to send another gift to Tyrus after all? That's a lot of money. Civic tech investment is not necessarily a bad thing. I think we can afford it. We'll go ahead and do that for now. Okay, so we've got some pirates over here, and is there a piracy suppression mission? Yes, there is. Excellent. At this point, we could definitely consider bumping our fleet maintenance back up to medium. Like that. Now these guys, they're not really particularly repaired, so they might take some losses here, and I'm okay with that. I believe that our fleet is currently a little bit overbuilt. So that is okay. I do not mind that in the slightest. At any rate, I want them to go suppress the piracy. Okay, they're coming over here to repair, looks like. That's fine. They can do that. So we should consider constructing again. We've already got our settlement over here. I'm thinking about putting one in over here. Now, this is on farmland, and this produces wine, which is not a food. And actually, why can we not... Oh, 190 to build a slave estate. Okay, that's fine. That is completely fine. We want this for the food output on farmland. In addition, the local slave output isn't the worst thing. Yes, we will have to demote a lot of these to slaves. That's kind of what I want, though. I want settlements to be run primarily by slaves, and we will have non-slaves mostly in cities. Okay, so there's Iberian riches finishing up. Now, we need to own these things over here to work on the mines of Iberia. That's fine. However, we may want to grab these hinterlands. We'll begin a claim on that. And then we need to fight these guys. Okay. It's going to be interesting to get there. We don't have Senate support here, it looks like. If we wanted to fight them... And we apparently don't have a CP, but I suspect we will soon. Yeah, we would gain half a tyranny. Half a tyranny really isn't much. And we do, in fact, have a Workle. So that's fine. They do have a fair number of allies. Okay. So that's going to be a bit more of an in-depth war. I think we'll come back to that in just a moment. I do think we're going to do it. I'm interested in seeing what Etruria has for allies right now. So they're in an alliance with just these guys. Okay. Addressing the good people of Carthage this morning on a matter of little importance, found himself completely lost for words. Wait, who did? If Safet Maharbal were to intervene, we would surely earn the undying gratitude of... However, such a public display of bipartisan camaraderie would likely cause concern. So it looks like this just isn't autofilling the correct name, but it's Zimrida. Okay. We could help him out and become friends with this guy. Who is this? He is a head of a family. And he would lose basically all of his popularity. We'll just enjoy the show. Wonderful. Okay, so what is our max manpower? We're close to our maximum, so we should definitely consider attacking over here. There's also, looks like, a bunch of uncolonized locations over here. Once we have some pop growth in these regions, we can colonize this. That'll be great. Okay. So we have some gold at this point. Again, I'm going to put in a slave estate here for the local monthly food modifier. I don't actually care too much about the slaves needed for local surplus reduction that a mine would give us. Also, can I just say, this doesn't have any bearing on the game's mechanics. Building a mine to harvest wine is kind of a little weird. Just saying. But we're going to build a slave estate, and that's because I don't actually care about getting all of these trade goods optimally harvested. I'm more interested right now in getting the food, because we're going to need it with what I have planned. We're going to need it. We'll see how well it's going to work, but it's going to be interesting, to be sure. It's going to be very interesting. So I do want to go to war over here. And the question is, how are we going to pull this off? I do want to check our current laws, which I believe is in the government tab. Yes. So the Provisioning Act does give us manpower and levy size multiplier, and we'll be able to raise a legion in the capital region. For this, we would need the invention professional training. So if we go into our technology, into the martial advance... Nope. This is the actual researcher, into the martial advances, then we can see where is professional training at. Oh, is this a search box? Yes. That's not how you spell. Apparently this doesn't work. That's interesting. Oh, it does. It just highlights it. It doesn't zoom the camera to it. Okay, so professional training is here. That's fine. It's definitely going to take us a little while to get down there. That said, that wouldn't be a bad thing to do. Getting down there would be great. Supply limit increases. Like, everything here is fantastic, right? We want everything that we can. I don't think there's anything that bypasses in here, so ultimately it's all good. But professional training would be amazing. So we're currently researching martial advances. Yeah. 463. Okay. We are ahead of time in martial progress, apparently. We're just ahead of time in everything? Okay. That must be just related to the number of innovations that we have? Interesting. Okay. Sounds good to me. So we probably do want to declare this over here. The question is, do we wait until we have the Senate support or not? Let's take a look at what we're gaining in the Senate currently. For the oligarchs, we are currently gaining negative 0.01. Because we're a Democrat member. Can we change that? Maybe. I would like to be able to change this guy's party. Siphon scum. Scum. I like it. Siphon scum. Perfect. We could influence, of course, sponsor games. That's all not something I'm interested in doing particularly. This is... Party rulers, or party leaders and rulers will never change conviction. Okay, so our conviction is 0. And I would like to be able to change which party we align with. That'd be ideal. Unfortunately, I don't believe that we can currently. Noted. Yeah, that would definitely be a very good thing to do. However, they do want us to grant holdings to heads of families. With traditionalists, we are losing a little bit, and with Democrats, we're gaining quite a lot. Meaning that we are averaging an increase, I believe. Yes, we are. 0.02 per month. Not very much. Not very much at all. That said, the traditionalists have taken over a lot of seats. So we'd want to remove this guy's influence. He would lose loyalty. Yeah, interesting. We could bring him to a trial. We have a very low chance of success. So the question is, how do we reduce this guy's influence? We could bribe him. That's his loyalty, statesmanship, martial, charisma, zeal, finesse, corruption, popularity, power base, wealth, loyal cohorts, and age. Okay. Interesting. However, he's a traditionalist, but he has more conviction for Democrats. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Regardless, I don't think we care about taking half a point of tyranny. The question is, how scary is this confederation that they've got going on over here? It's a defensive league. Okay. So that is these guys and these guys. Basically, everyone surrounding them is in a defensive league. Okay. So the question then definitely becomes, how dangerous do we think that is? I think the answer to that is not tremendously. I suspect that we're capable of taking that on. So I would like to do this Wargle. And this Wargle, is this for the province here? Yeah, this is for the full province. We don't have claims on... Or we have claims on a few locations in the province, which is enough. That's all we need. So we'll do a Wargle here to do this. And then, in order to continue the mission, we'll need to fight a little bit more, right? Yeah, we'll have to fight these guys. who we may have a truce with. We'll have to look into that. Actually, no, we won't have to fight them because they'll be in this. We can take that as well. Yeah, that's how that works. So that'll be fine. So we can get all of this in one single war. We'll call in all of our allies. And the question is... Yes, I'm aware of this tyranny. The question is, just how much are we going to have to devote to this war? I suspect that our allies will be able to handle the vast majority of this. However, I do want to make sure that we have our own troops up here. So, to that end, we should probably raise up a few levies. We can raise up the African levies, and they raised up over here. And we're going to have to utilize ships to get them over here, I think. I don't want to walk through all of this territory that we don't have access through. So that's going to be interesting. I don't think we can raise any levies up here. Italia, Mauritania. We may want to bring up these Mauritanian troops. That may be something that we want to do. But once again, they're going to need access in. So we're going to need to utilize our ships. And we will tell these guys to forget about their automatic objective for right now. And they're going to come over and pick up these levies. And then these ships are going to come over and pick up these levies. Excellent. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we will grab these couple of locations. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.